Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Happy New Year.
You're on Patreon only, bitches.
Yeah.
This is the early preview. The reason why we're doing this is because we feel like it.
Yeah. This is for our special homies over on Patreon.
We haven't done a Patreon in a while. We're going to do an early release of this episode.
Small batch.
Artisanal,
handcrafted content.
214 we're on. 214. Episode
Yes.
214. We're going to be Happy New Year's Eve, everyone.
Happy New Year's Eve.
We're going to be just basically talking about Freemasonry in the new year in reflection, and general bullshit.
That was a heavy pour.
Yeah. Oh, you did too?
Yeah, it was accidental.
So did I.
It's a new bottle.
Hello and welcome to the Freemasons Podcast with your host, Right Worshipful Brother George and Marjorie.
And Worshipful Brother Ken.
And we're up here doing our episode. Let's see here. Let's see if I have any Apple likes. Ken, you got anything on Instagram?
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've got a bunch. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Been a minute since we've been up here, and we apologize for that. Let's see what we got over here.
Did we did Big Papa?
Big Papa.
Big Papa 4467?
Sounds familiar.
Because he said phenomenal.
No. Was that a review?
Yeah, 5-star review.
Yeah, no, I did not.
This is a great podcast. The guys are fun to listen to while still sharing within bounds. They're light. I'm not currently in the path. I'm seriously educating myself so I can make an informed decision. Good for you.
Yes.
Good for you, Big Papa.
It logged me out for some reason.
Stupid.
Add account. Log into existing account, I guess.
Well,
Freemasons Podcast.
While we're waiting, let's toast Big Papa.
Yeah, let's do that.
For those others who are on YouTube, again, we breached 900 likes. So from 900 on, I'm going to be working on a challenge coin, and we're going to need to. What I need you to do is, if you are one of those 900, and you know you are, because I have your name, so don't be dirty, don't be cheap,
Right? Yeah.
Don't be shitty. I know who they are. Hit me up on the podcast community page. And just drop your address in a message to us directly, and we'll be able to get it. Ken or Joe will be able to get the address. We'll keep it in our back pocket, and we will send you out a challenge coin as soon as they are done with production. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I can't log in, so
that's fine.
Deal with that later.
Next time.
Yeah.
For Big Papa though, Apple review. Brother, right hand arms.
2 arms.
Ready?
Ready.
Aim.
Aim.
Fire, good fire, fire all. Together, brother. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. Vivat, vivat, vivat.
That's good.
Yeah, this isn't our usual swill. I figured it was New Year's Eve. This was actually a Christmas present for the podcast, but we haven't really recorded since Christmas. So.
We haven't. For multiple reasons. Joe is currently on lockdown.
Yep, he's in quarantine.
I've been at my new job working, and we don't, for those who know what I do.
We can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it.
But he does some stuff, and it's keeping him busy.
I do some stuff.
Yeah, and we have...
for the USGOT.
Yes, the government.
GOVT. Sorry.
And, we've been doing a lot with our families, obviously. It's Christmas time, and, things have been extraordinarily busy, although... I haven't really been out anywhere, man, because a lot of my family members are either, know somebody who has COVID or were exposed or something, and my son was a close contact, so we had to wait for him to get his test, which came back negative, but, he couldn't get tested until after Christmas, so it's been a quiet holiday season in the Tarwood home.
One other thing I want to bring up is that, I've been busy as hell myself. I haven't really been able to attend a lot of Masonic things because of my job. So I want to apologize to the Sir Knights, which the Christmas observance, I missed a lot of them, as well as attending Lodge in itself. I believe with my job and what I'm doing, I will probably have to, unfortunately, bow away from the Grand Commandery.
Oh, that's tough.
Got all the way up to Grand Senior Warden, but I just can't do it, so...
Yeah, well, you can always take another shot at it if your career situation changes at some point. But yeah, your usual vocations first, dude.
Yeah, I gotta. So I'm probably gonna do that. So I will no longer be the Grand Senior Warden of the Grand Commandery of the state of Connecticut. Most likely, I'm probably gonna bow away. Only because it's unfair to not only the Commandery and the Knights that I'm there only in name rather than in person. It's just the right thing to do for myself and for the commandery.
Yeah.
And,
Well, when you become an officer in any organization, you're always given a charge or an obligation,
Correct.
right? Whenever you're installed, and a lot of guys just, well, I mean, I don't want to say a lot of guys just ignore it, but it's ceremony to a lot of people, but those obligations that you're taking are serious. Like, you have duties to perform, and if you don't think you can perform them, then you should talk to the head of your body and say, look, man, I don't know, here's my situation. What do you think? Right? Because otherwise you're doing a disservice to the craft or the organization, and, you're making it harder on whoever the head of that body is, right? Because you're putting that responsibility onto them when you can't be there. So, it's a tough call, but
saying unavailable on Patreon. Interesting. I don't know why it's saying this video is unavailable.
the link to the live stream that we're running
saying
right
no
now?
good. Saying this video is unavailable. Interesting. Anyway, it's a local recording, so we'll be able to post it later, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also recording up to YouTube, right? So we'll have the recording up on YouTube, and we can make it public after. But yeah, that's weird. It looks like it's running, and the stream's good. But we set the privacy to private. Maybe I can... I don't know. You keep talking. Let me see if I can twiddle with something here.
So a lot of new things on the horizon this new year. Yeah, obviously I said, start a new job. But we're going to talk about what Morningstar's doing. I mean, I don't really want to talk about the negative, but we have a resurgence of something that's been floating around. It's going to probably put a good damper on some of our stuff that we're trying to do.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we have our installation of officers, and Pat Sukas, worshipful brother, well, soon to be. Yeah, no, he is a worshipful brother because he took his past master degree, but worshipful brother Pat Sukas is going in as Master of Morningstar Lodge.
Congratulations, worshipful brother-elect.
So we're going to be doing his installation of officers on the 10th here. And then after that, I really don't have a Master's Trestle board of what we're up to next, but we got a lot of good... I don't know. It was on the community page. People who said, this podcast doesn't get enough credit for what it's done, and all the lodges that are under, in the comments.
Yeah, that was
pretty
unexpected and appreciated.
Yeah,
Thank you for
very heartfelt, and I just wanted to make mention of that. That it's truly appreciated. That what we're trying to do here.
And it's not us, it's you guys, right?
Yeah.
You all had that spark, and you decided to, you made that decision.
Yeah, you made that decision to follow three idiots running around.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, sometimes that's what it takes to look, to look inside and say, oh, okay, well, the craft is more than, what it's been to me recently, and there's more that I can learn. There's more light that I can seek out. There's better ways for me to help the craft. There are good ideas, that you can learn from other brothers on how to bring your own lodge back to life. So,
and realistically, just on another side note, is like this is what Freemasonry is kind of all about. It's kind of cool to see even people who are non-Masons, getting into our community page and getting into Discord and talking about, I'm not a Mason yet, but man, this is what I've been looking for.
Yeah. And we got some ladies that have joined us recently, too, that are either members of Order of the Eastern Star, or they were members of some, affiliated Masonic body earlier in their life, and they decided to come and check out what's going on in Freemasonry, and that's really cool, too. It's
really cool, though, to have, this community that's not, you go into other social media pages, and it's everybody, let's go Brandon, and F Trump,
negativity,
it's nice to have this group that kind of brings it all together, if you will, where it's like we meet and talk just to kind of be human.
Yeah, and we all have that kind of mutual respect too, right? And it's like even people that are non-Masons that come into that that Patreon chat that we have, or Discord or whatever. They kind of see that, right? Like you model good behavior as a Mason.
Do we model?
Well, look, so we screw around a lot too, right?
Yeah.
But ball busting is part of the whole fraternal, fraternal communion things. But we get along really well, and then people that are non-Masons see that, and they say, okay, well, even if there's a disagreement or something, like eventually you take the high road, and everybody kind of makes up, and I think that's good behavior to model. because especially with everything going on in the world right now.
And, we do our best. We do our best. Nobody's perfect, and like I've said it before, Masons don't claim to be perfect. Yeah. We do a lot of stupid shit sometimes that, it's kind of like,
But we aspire to be better.
Try to be better. We try to be good people, even despite our flaws.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the world needs that.
Everybody has vices and crutches,
Yep.
We try to learn not to... What's the word I'm looking for, Ken? Try not to feed them, in a sense. We try not to give in to our vices and
subdue your passions. That's what it's all about. Yeah. It's like, look, we're acknowledging the fact that we have issues.
Right.
It's just, you try your best to be mindful of them and be better than you were yesterday.
Right. So, what do you got going on for the new year, Ken?
So we've got, in Lodge, we've got on Sunday is our installation of officers and incoming master, worshipful brother-elect, Joe Pisani is taking over the reins of Harmony Lodge number 42 in Waterbury. And we'll be doing the installation on Sunday at around 4. It's difficult to kind of get everybody together right now with the circumstances being what they are, but we're hoping that that'll go off without a hitch. And he wasn't able to make the past master's degree for the district, unfortunately, because he was kind of on quarantine at the time. But now that he and everybody was healthy, yesterday we actually went down to the lodge and obligated him. So we opened the lodge.
It's up on Patreon. I'm just watching it.
Yeah, no, I fixed it. So I changed it to unlisted. If you change it to private, then nobody can see it, even if you share it. So I made it unlisted. Yeah, so we're good there.
All right.
So we obligated him last night. It was actually kind of cool. I got to be the right worshipful master for the past master degree. And you know what? It's been probably 2.5, 3 years since I sat in the East with a hat on.
Right.
It was cool, man. It was
you
cool
sat up there for what again?
We obligated our incoming master, and because he couldn't make it to the actual past master degree, so.
Oh, so you did the past masters?
Yeah, we opened a lodge of actual past masters with. Well, we actually had 4 past masters in attendance. And we just did the obligation. We closed in ample form.
Was he
had a
virtual?
Couple drinks. He was a virtual, yeah. So he's a
so was Pat. So it didn't. Yeah. It made it easier. And for those who don't know, there is a degree in the York Rite called the virtual past master, which is virtually the same as the actual past master.
It's virtually the same, but the obligation is different.
The obligation is slightly different. Yep. So when you have a virtual past master who's already gone, when you have a master who's coming in to take the actual path, this is so convoluted and stupid. It makes no sense. You know that, right?
No, I mean, it does make sense. It's just the terminology is wonky, but
I don't understand. If you're a virtual past master,
you went through the same degree, but you're not obligated the same way that Grand Lodge says you have to be obligated before you can sit in the East. So that's why we do that. I know.
Semantics.
Yeah, it's a different obligation.
Yeah.
But yes, it does make things easier, especially if somebody can't make the degree.
A member of the Jedi Council, but we do not bestow the title of master.
Well, then we just go cut down some younglings.
This is outrageous.
This is outrageous. Oh, I wish Joe was here to play off our Star Wars. Like we're probably doing it wrong.
Probably.
He'd
correct us too.
Oh yeah, he would. Miss you, brother. Feel better soon.
Feel better. Actually, I don't think he's sick though, is he? He's just kind of quarantined.
No, he's.
Have you ever heard that song by Matt Best, Quarantine? Quarantine, drinking whiskey like vaccine.
No, I haven't heard that one.
I'll play it for you.
I'm surprised I haven't.
Otherwise, we'll get muted on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Even though Matt Best is one of our boys. Well, not really one of our boys. We're fans of his, I guess.
Fans, yes. At some point soon, we need to have another podcast range day, too.
We really do. I've been thinking about that recently, especially considering it's been like in the 40s and 50s Fahrenheit, which is not the norm for like the end of December. It's not cold at all compared to the last range day we did. I mean, it was like probably in the 20s or 30s when we did that.
I couldn't even put the freaking rounds in the damn magazine.
Yeah. Because
my fingers were so cold.
Well, yeah, the metal freezes, and
that sucked.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. That's why I gave you that job.
And we also have we have to do our competition.
Yeah, and we need to include Joe this time too. So we need to set up an actual kind of scientific competition.
But he'll shoot his eye out.
He won't. He's a lot more adept than you think.
I was
with
making a
firearms.
Ralphie.
I know, I get it. Yeah, I know. It's not Christmas anymore, though.
Not anymore. How was your Christmas?
It was good, man. I mean, like I said, it was at home, and it was just my immediate family, which, you know what, is kind of a blessing every once in a while, because everybody gets so wrapped up in, like, getting everything ready for the family dinner and all this, and then sometimes people argue
Christmas
at dinner.
Eve with the fish.
Yeah. So, it, you know...
For those who haven't heard that song, it's Christmas time in East Haven. It's pretty funny, actually.
We played it on the podcast once.
We did?
I think we did. We definitely played it up here. I don't know if we were live when we did it, but yeah, Christmas time in East Haven.
Yeah.
Istaven.
You know what's another good one,
very
too?
Italian community.
The 12 Days of Guido Christmas. You ever heard that one, too?
No.
It's like, on the first day of Christmas, my paisan gave to me a ride in his IROC Z.
Yeah, I have heard that one, yeah. Yeah, we got a playlist to listen to later now.
And then you can go into John Valby, but we'll be
that's-
careful with that one.
Yeah,
We'll leave that
trying
there.
to be good.
You look up John Valby Christmas, and you can find it all by yourself.
It was quite explicit. Yeah, but we had a pretty quiet Christmas time. It was nice. The kids enjoyed their gifts. Santa was good to everyone. And
I told my kids you're going to enjoy them, or I'm going to beat your ass.
no.
Appreciate everything you get.
Yeah, well, my kids always do. They're better than I was and my brother was when we were kids. I'll put it that way. I don't know why they're so much better, but they are.
Even though, like, these kids are funny, though, right? So, my littlest one, Eric, he decided to, Grandma got him dinosaurs, and he was like, I don't like dinosaurs.
What? Oh, that's not cool.
That wasn't cool, so...
No.
I mean, she laughed. I didn't laugh. I was like,
Yeah. I mean,
and then here's the thing. 10 minutes later, he's like,
right.
playing with the freaking things. It's like,
Well, he's also the age where he's trying to, like, get reactions from people. So it's like, it's probably not even how he actually felt about the gift. He
swear
was
to
just,
God, we were just talking about this yesterday. That, you know, what the hell was I going with that? The terrible twos are not two. They're four.
No, yeah,
Three
it's
and four.
definitely three, four.
I don't know why they call it terrible twos, because it ain't terrible.
No, when they're two, they're kind of like too immature to be angry all the time. They're like experimenting with those negative emotions when they hit three, four. You're right.
There's like douchebag 3 and fuckface 4 is what they should call it, because they are miserable when they're that age. Like, they're even worse. And realistically, I think it's because they're old enough to understand, or not really understand their emotions. But, I mean, shit, there's 30-year-olds who still don't understand their emotions.
Well, they're testing their boundaries,
they're testing
too.
that's what I was going to go. They're testing it. They're pushing it, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, they do get older.
Right.
And then you forget about, you know, the terrible twos, if you will, and you look back at, like, the videos of them when they were tiny, and you're like, oh, where did the time go? They were so cute back then. And it's like, yeah, but like throwing poop around and like,
oh, look, they were so quiet!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you hear dad screaming in the background in the movie, and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, that's why.
There is one thing I'd like to address, Mr. Ken.
Okay.
And it's actually to a Reddit column.
Oh,
about me.
Are we really going to react to something?
No. I'm just going to clarify something. Okay. You can Google my name and you can look up the Reddit column that was written about me. So we'll leave it.
There was a Reddit column about you?
Yeah.
Was it like about you as a host of the Freemasons podcast, or you as a human, or you as a public servant? Or?
Me as a guy who ran for a certain political office and won.
Okay. All right, yeah.
So I'm just going to address something, and it's actually my tattoo.
We don't really have to do this on the show.
No.
Oh, but
it's about Masonry.
Okay, I'm ready.
So this tattoo was a tattoo of scrutiny. The one on the back of my arm here was a tattoo.
Somebody saw it in like
somebody
a press
saw
release or something.
And basically claimed it was neo-Nazism.
Right,
I want to be adamantly
because
clear.
they think that's the Iron Cross.
This
or
is
some
not
nonsense.
neo-Nazism.
No.
This is actually a Templar cross, and if you look at a Templar cross of the Grand Commandery of any commandery, Grand Commandery,
it's the same
in the
freaking
entire country,
that's what it looks like.
that is what this is.
Yep.
That's that cross right there in the middle. The words next to it are Deus Vult, which they got right, and it means God wills it, and it was a battle cry of the Crusades. It was.
Mm-hmm.
But it also alludes to my Masonic obligation in the Knights Templar.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you put God before everything, and God basically, in a sense,
God wills it
to happen. So I just want to be clear that this particular tattoo on the backside of my arm, which I'll show the camera,
has nothing to do. But here's the thing:
and I want to be clear, that nobody can sit there and audio cut what I've said, because they've done that too. This is a Masonic tattoo.
It's a Masonic.
I belong to no other organization other than the Masonic bodies.
Yep.
And that is across the board. Even organizations I may or may not have, belonged to before, I'm no longer a part of. This is a Masonic tattoo right here. Masonic, whatever you
Well,
say.
whenever you have any kind of vague symbolism, people always read their own.
Hate people.
Well, yeah, they tend to ascribe their own meanings onto things, right? The same is true with any Masonic emblem that you see. It's easy for conspiracy theorists
Don't demonize me, though. Don't do that shit. I hate when people demonize other people. It really pisses me off. Like,
well, Masons don't do that, but out there in the, the profane world, it's easy to hate your enemy, demonize them, make them less than human.
I'm a friend to everybody.
There you go.
Very much.
Take the high road. Be positive.
Very much like this. You're nice to me. I'm nice to you.
Yeah.
I don't care about your race, creed, color, sexual orientation. You're nice to me. I'll be nice to you.
Yeah.
You're a douchebag to me. I'm going to be a douchebag. I'm good at it, so I'll be double douchebag back to you.
I think your tattoo is racist. I love you too. That's the correct response. I love you too.
Here, let me tell you, and this is kind of what
you're wrong,
this
and I love you.
Roll right into next year, and this is something that I hope that Masonry, we've done it on this podcast, this is something I hope that Masonry really turns an eye on to and starts addressing this.
Okay.
For years, Masonry has been quiet and hasn't said anything in response to particular clergy who may have had said things about Freemasonry. Clergymen, people of the church or the cloth, if you will, they've demonized Freemasonry. All your YouTube bandits, the keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
I really hope that in 2022. Yeah, we're going to 2022.
Yeah, you don't even know anymore.
Freemasonry would start to respond to these things, and I get it. Bill Powell says to me all the time, "Oh, George, don't feed the fish. Don't feed the fish."
Yeah, well, I mean,
how long?
That's a tack that Freemason has always taken, where we just remain silent about something, and then it feeds more conspiracy, right? Because they're like, oh, well, they're not responding to this.
Well, they're not responding. And
I mean, we do in the comments on YouTube, but like if Freemasonry in general, does not.
You act like a douche. I'll come.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll come heavy.
Right, but the organization at large never really took a line.
Well, why though? Because if I sat there and I said, just on Ken's a murderer, Ken's a murderer, Ken's a murderer. Let's say you were involved in a, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get too dark. Let's say you were
babysitting.
Okay, let's say you were babysitting,
right,
and something happened to the child. And everybody was saying, Ken's a murderer, Ken's a murderer, Ken's a murderer. He killed that kid. Man's a murderer.
It's terrifying.
Right? And you never responded to defend yourself. What's the stigma that sticks?
Okay, yeah, it would be the general public opinion.
It's the freaking the rumors or the belief is that he's not saying anything because he's guilty of sin. We see it all the time with freaking with court cases. Oh, he didn't say anything, so he's got to be guilty. He's not even defending himself. Okay. He's got to be guilty.
So you're saying because Freemasonry doesn't take a line on some of these things that it means we're actually guilty of it, like they're in the right. Okay.
I mean, look at the okay, and I don't want to bring up the thing, but there was a case where a female went missing. She was on a road trip with her boyfriend.
Okay.
Which ended up being that the boyfriend killed her, but and then took his own life, which is a cheap shit way of doing it. But prior to that, he was kind of on the run, and his parents really weren't speaking. They went lawyered up. They weren't saying anything. They were, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You know which one I'm talking about, right?
No, but just based on your description alone, it does sound okay.
Got
it. I still don't know who that is, but all right.
Okay, well, it was a girl who was a YouTuber, was going across country with her boyfriend, got into a little altercation, and then all of a sudden, boom, she's missing.
Okay, gotcha.
This son of a bitch flies all the way back home, drives all the way back home, whatever, and then just goes on the lam for a while. Doesn't speak to the media, doesn't speak to the cops. The parents didn't speak to the cops and all this stuff. And I mean, right out the gate, and granted, he was guilty. I want to be clear about that. But right out the gate, guilty. Like they were, oh, he's definitely guilty. You know, he definitely did this. He definitely did that. You know,
even without a fair trial.
Even without the evidence or anything. Even without even hearing his side or, so, and I'm just using the parents, for example, they clammed up. They didn't say anything. They wouldn't even speak to the girlfriend's parents. They wouldn't speak to the authorities. They just instantly went lawyered up and shut up. And if we're going to compare it, I know I'm kind of comparing apples to oranges, but this is the best case I got.
A little bit, yeah, but still.
But this is the best case I got. For you can kind of read between the lines of what I'm saying here is, when you go silent and you don't defend yourself or say something or disprove, that's what I love doing. Is I love tearing your arguments to shreds. Yeah. I live for that shit. That's my soul food right there.
But yeah,
tearing your arguments apart is something I live for.
I guess Freemasonry has never directly responded to either.
But they should. That's what I'm saying.
Clergy or conspiracy theorists. But I mean, they have published a lot of things with truth in them, like the video, the campaign from the Northern Masonic jurisdiction, which tells you basically what Freemasonry is about. But
who do they promote it to though? Us. They send it in a fucking pamphlet, Joe. A pamphlet to our house, or
it's out on Facebook,
or it's out an email, or
videos, but yeah, I see your point. I mean, it's not. That's what they choose to do.
Let's put it this way: if other organizations can have commercials on TV and they get aired, why don't we take all that money you got and put it to use?
Yeah, and some other jurisdictions around the world, the Masonic bodies do that. We used to have
You said do-do.
Do. We used to have that campaign here in, I don't remember, it was before I was a Mason. I'm not sure which body published it. It was probably Scottish Rite. But there was Ben Franklin, remember, talking about Freemasonry, the video series. It was probably early 2000s or something like that. So it's like, we do, but it's not like a direct response to the conspiracy theorists and the clergy.
I mean, in a sense, yes, they have their TV shows or the things, the documentaries that they do in the History Channel, but it's always followed up with an Alex Jones type or an Indiana Jones, that Indiana Jones looking dude with the big white hat who wrote some book about New World Order and everything. Oh, they're a Masonic conspiracy, or they're taking over the world. Like, there's always got to be a yin, yet like.
Yeah, it's not interesting
Put
journalism
a Mason
unless you
who
have
is
both.
well educated in front of an Alex Jones type, and just
and have him tear into
ding ding.
Yeah,
like you say some shit, I say some shit. I'll lead, you go. Like, do the back and forth. I would love.
Maybe it should be you, George.
Idea for a show next year.
What we're gonna call Alex Jones?
We
and have
find
him,
a hater and we sit him across the table, and we do like a between two ferns type thing.
Between two ferns.
You never seen that? Zach Galifianakis, Saturday Night Live. I think it's Saturday Night
Live. I see. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that could work. As long as we're mutually respectful, we kind of sign a waiver ahead of time.
But I mean, we got to
look,
find somebody who's like they think that we are.
We did that with your friend, but she was not like super against Freemasonry. She was kind of
uninformed.
Yeah, exactly. That's different.
And asking questions.
Although it did turn into a pretty good debate.
I want somebody who thinks they have all the answers.
Right. And then we can show them
go back and forth.
that they don't. And hopefully, hey, who
do
knows?
it.
We might even change somebody's mind.
And here's what we'll do. We'll even get Danny Collins down here so he could swear in the background in it with his accent.
With his British accent, yeah.
I'm not going to drop the word that's very famous amongst English people, but
I don't think we can say that. We can't say that word. If it's in the background, the mics will still pick it up.
Hilarious. We should totally do it though. We'll have Joe referee because he's kind of like the middle guy.
Yeah, we definitely need somebody.
We'll get a scoreboard up here.
Yeah,
we'll get two scoreboards, like like those little small basketball ones. You could be like the IT guy who does all that stuff, and the judge. Yeah, so Joe could be the moderator. You could be the judge.
Okay. And
like
who
like on
who
Family,
scores a point.
The who scores more? Like
I'll have flags like in a karate tournament. And be like,
you could do that. Yep. Or like Joe could even do like remember in Family Feud where they say a word like what is the top 100 and they say something that's close but it's dabbling.
Yeah.
And Steve Harvey just goes and points.
Oh yeah.
To the judge.
Yeah.
Like we'll accept that. Ding.
Yep.
Like.
Yep. Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, I think
that would be fun.
We could work that out.
And
we just have to find somebody.
Then we'll just get him drunk and bury him in the basement afterward. Yeah.
The basement actually being a bar, not.
No, there's a basement below the bar.
Basement.
It's where the babies are hidden.
Yeah, we're not actually gonna. Oh god.
Yeah, you see what I did there?
Yeah, I saw that. We're not gonna bury them in the basement. We'll take them out drinking. I think that's a yeah.
And if he escapes, then he'll be like, "Yeah, there's nothing down there. They were right.
We gotta find.
So we win anyway.
Right. We gotta find the right person for this job. I think.
Who do we go for? Come on, let's find somebody.
I don't know. I mean, we've got so many Illuminati people that keep accosting us on Facebook and stuff. We could pick any of those.
Do we?
I don't think they're local.
We have
all the Illuminati people that like stalk all of our fans.
Oh yeah, no, that's just a scam. That's a Ponzi.
Yeah,
That's a whatever Nigerian money scam. That's not really people who believe in this shit. They're just like, give me $200 so I can get the eagle head.
You know who we could get is my brother. My brother's a big conspiracy theorist.
Really?
Yeah, like my actual brother, my blood brother.
Really?
Yeah, I think he'd be interested in doing it. I'll talk to him about it.
Interesting.
That would be a good one too, because we wouldn't be like strangling each other. Because he's my brother.
Is he bigger than you?
No, he's the same size as me.
Same size as you?
Yeah, we've thrown down before, like in our, I don't know, when we were teenagers and stuff.
Like same height, same weight, even.
Yeah, really? More or less. Yeah. Yep.
I never had a brother, but I always noticed that like you have the skinny brother, and then like you have the fat brother.
Well, he's definitely skinnier than me.
So you're the fat brother.
I guess I'm the fat brother. Yeah, I'm the older brother. I'm the fat brother.
You and Joe.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we are the way we are.
I'll pay Joe. I'm joking, Joe. I know he's very self-conscious about his hair and his weight. Yeah, Joe, I'm just messing. Hey, you left. You're not here. I mean, the door's open.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll pay for that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, though. Let me talk to my brother and see if
I'm
we can
never
get him
missing a
up here.
podcast again. Joe's gonna crucify me.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Just wait.
What was I gonna say? But anyway, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Is he
We'll arrange that.
Is he tanner than you? Or?
He's more Italian looking than me. So yeah,
okay.
I think he got like the Italian side of the genetic.
You got the.
He's got black hair and like probably better skin.
You got the Pleiadian skin.
Yeah, I got like the Finnish side of the family where we're basically translucent. Yeah.
You ever seen Ancient Aliens when they talk about the Pleiadians and they were like people of light?
Yeah, that's me.
I'm on a freaking roll today.
Well done. I can't even respond now.
I try. Yeah, but I would like to do that. Would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him. We'll arrange something. We'll find somebody to bring up here to do that.
Maybe we bring up.
It would be fun.
Maybe we actually bring AJ himself.
I don't think if we called his people, I don't think he would be. Like, I don't think his people would allow him to come on a show like that.
He's got people that won't allow him.
I would think so. Yeah, because he's got like his own thing. I mean, his whole thing, his whole shtick is around an echo chamber, right? Like, I don't think they would let him go and like debate somebody who is rational.
Again, I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't think it would be contentious. That's the word I was looking for. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think so. Because I mean,
I think he actually believes his own bullshit. Like, I think he would be.
Some of his stuff, though, believe it or not, I am actually going to defend him here, is not bullshit.
Okay, he's probably said a truthful word.
He said a few things that were truthful. Yes, I
even
think
a broke ass clock is right twice a day.
Some of his stuff actually is truthful and honest, and I'm not talking about his conspiracies. I'm talking about his intelligence in like talking about when he did talk about Masonry. He talked about King Solomon. He talked about
So he did his homework.
He did his homework. So I got to give credit where credit's due.
Incorrect conclusion based on it, but yeah.
I personally feel like he lumps too much into one thing. Like not everything is all strung together with shoestrings. If you get my drift, like,
yeah,
it's not
fair enough.
all one.
Right.
I think that's where he loses me. Is he's trying to put puzzle pieces that don't necessarily fit.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the Biden alphabet meme. You see that one?
The Biden alphabet meme. No, I have not seen that.
I find it. Go ahead, Ken. Talk for a minute. I'll find
Right.
it. It's funny. That's why I want to show it to you. And I'm not getting political. It's a funny.
I'm going to let these guys know that we fixed the stream. Just so that they know. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot. Why don't we reach out to his publicist or whatever and see if we could get any kind of response at all from him? Oh, yeah, that one. It's like one of those little puzzles that kids have where you put the letter in the correct thing. Yeah, and it's just all
letters
jammed together. Hey, big guy, what you working on?
I love a good laugh, and I don't care like who it is. Like, there was ones that and I'm not getting political, but there was Trump ones. Like, and obviously, I've said I've supported Trump before, but like, there were ones that would put up at him. They were freaking hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
I just get a laugh out of life.
I
Doesn't matter whose expense it is. It's most of the time it's my own expense.
Yeah, I like the Joe Biden and Barack Obama memes. Right before Biden was president, back when he was vice president. You don't remember those?
Refresh my memory.
It would be like the two of them in the Oval Office, sitting on the couch together or whatever, and I think it was during the
where Obama's got his hands on his head, his hands on his
yeah,
face.
exactly.
Yes,
No Joe.
yes, there's a bunch of them. Yeah.
And it was always about like Trump moving into the White House or whatever. Like,
Right.
should we poop on the carpet or something like that? Like, leave a little surprise for him as he moves in. Like, those were freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
I miss the. Biden
I love
memes,
that kind
the
of like
original
that.
Biden memes.
I love people who can laugh at themselves, and I tell you, one of the things I've watched is I used to love. I watch it when I was driving I can't be on my phone anymore, obviously.
Yeah,
GOVT does not.
Shouldn't have been on your phone while you were driving either. But hey,
I
whatever.
listen.
Okay,
So when I say I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm not. I'm listening. I got the phone
text
down.
to speech, yeah.
And Ronald Reagan, man, he was a pisser. Like,
Yeah, he
and
was a badass.
when he had his inauguration, like it was a roast. He had Don Rickles there roasting him, and like Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he used to be an actor, so he can laugh at himself. He
Even
never had an
Obama
issue
though,
with that.
and Bush.
Yeah, Obama was pretty good at it too.
George Bush, George W. Bush was one of the. He actually put what's his name, Bridges. I can't remember his name.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges on the stage next to him, dressed as him, and he was acting as if he was like George Bush's mind. So when he was like, because George Bush used to misspell things all wrong and stuff.
We're talking about W, right?
George W. Bush,
Yeah.
And it was him basically. It was at a whatever it was, the news, the media dinner
State
or whatever.
of the Union.
No,
deal?
media
The
dinner or
media
whatever the hell.
dinner, yeah, okay.
A correspondence dinner.
Yep.
And he put Jeff Bridges on stage next to him, and basically making fun of himself, like spelling
Jeff
things
Bridges
wrong.
Is a weird choice. He's not a comedian. Maybe it was somebody else.
It may have been. I'll have to look it up. Obama did the same thing.
Jeff Bridges was like the dude in Big Lebowski.
Yeah, I'll have to look.
Not the same guy.
Not the same guy. Obama did the same thing.
Yeah.
He did. He put what's his name? Big dude. He was in The Longest Yard. He was the guy with the quarter pounders.
Oh.
I can't remember his name. Terry Crews, maybe.
I don't know.
And it was supposed to be Angry
Your guess is
Obama.
as good as mine.
It was Angry Obama because Obama was known for being able to keep his cool all the time.
Right.
So he put him on stage next to him, basically like swearing and screaming and saying what he actually was feeling inside. Like,
Nice.
But that's what I'm saying. I enjoy people who can make fun of not only themselves but can take a joke.
Yeah, and
Not everything's so serious.
It makes you a lot more human, especially when you're in a position of power like that. There are certain people who can't take a joke. And they are less likable people. Who? Trump.
He didn't like.
Obama
lambasted him.
He had more of a sense of humor than I think Hillary Clinton did. Hillary Clinton did not seem to be capable of laughter. Like, I don't think she would ever have like a roast for an inauguration dinner. Like, that's not.
I think Trump had a sense of humor making fun of other people.
Yeah, he
never
did
himself.
Yeah.
Because when Obama let him have it at a dinner, he didn't. It was actually the same dinner. It was the correspondence dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
Obama was picking on him. He was making fun of him. Like, whatever. It's just like, take it, man.
Yeah,
funny.
exactly. Like, just
You know?
poke back. But
And he
no,
kind of got pissed off and never went back again. So it's
Yeah.
like, come on, man. Like, let people. I hate to say, come on, man, but
he was
fitting,
he was like a businessman, like CEO type. Those people don't tend to.
You can't take yourself too freaking seriously.
They don't
You know?
tend to have a sense of humor, but hey, whatever.
So anyway, for
we have
for the new year,
no comments here, so
I saw the Discord guys who are sleeping at this hour.
that's fine.
It's New Year's Eve too. Like I said, we did this.
Exactly.
This is being released later on YouTube to the YouTubers, but this is originally found on Patreon, and you can see it on Patreon for as little as $5 a month, and you can catch early episodes because I think we're going to probably start getting into this, doing early episodes, release them earlier.
Exclusive content.
Certain ones we're going to release earlier.
Yep.
And we'll go from there. This one we just want to give it an old test try.
Yep.
To try because I don't think we've ever done live stream on Patreon.
No,
it's through YouTube, but I don't think we've ever made it.
We tried it once. Their video engine is a little weird. I think it's easier to probably just do everything on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And then just unlist it so the general public doesn't have access to it until after it's
we
already
release it.
recorded. And then, you drop the link in Patreon. It's the way to go.
We're probably going to do that from time to time. So if you want to catch the episodes early, and eventually we're going to get into doing maybe a little half-hour Patreon only because then we can really unleash
hell, yeah.
Because
let's slip the dogs of war.
We have been extremely good, I believe.
I think so. We should ask our Grand Lodge handlers, but I think we've been doing well. Raph always keeps us on track, too.
It's been toned down quite a bit, I think. Not that that's a good thing or bad thing, but, I mean, you got to work within due bounds.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Nice PG-rated, snuggly free.
We'll go PG-13 because I do sometimes get on a tear where I drop an F-bomb from time to time.
I think I said BS a little earlier, too. So, we're PG-13 now.
But, so for the new year, I guess my New Year's resolution is to laugh more.
Okay.
And try to enjoy myself.
All
I
right.
think I'm also going to try to tone down my my instantly getting angry at trolls.
Oh, yeah. You do tend to get
gonna-
baited by trolls pretty
I
frequently.
do get baited pretty quickly. See how... And I want to apologize to those that if I've ever snapped your head off thinking you were being a troll and you weren't, because
that happened several times.
That's happened several times. Because, when you deal with it so often, I really do. I mean, I get it in my own personal, not email, but my messenger, through, my various things.
Reddit.
And,
I can see how that would get on your nerves over time.
When you're getting constantly been bombarded by people who got nothing better to do than to talk shit and put you down, you lash back. So maybe there's been time or 2 or 3 that I thought or read, because again, you can't read emotion and or
it's tough to know intent
in text messages, and I thought that they were being pretentious.
Yeah.
And I may have gotten...
Or being legitimately mean versus the type of mean that we are to each other on Discord, right? Where we're just kind of poking fun at each other. This is, You were being attacked. You felt like you were being attacked.
Yeah, and realistically, like, it's... As we've gotten bigger, it's happened more and more. It's kind of sucks because I can understand why people who are YouTubers generally don't even look at the comments or on their Facebook. They don't even generally look at the comments because of this reason. But I think it's important for me, to reach out to our audience. I don't want to be those people who are not reachable, or you can't talk to us, or...
No, the whole point of the podcast is for us to show that Masons are regular guys. You can't be a regular guy if you put yourself up on a pedestal. And
I'm not going to do that. So,
people,
if you got something you want to say, go right ahead. Forewarn me, though, not a troll.
Right, exactly. Asterisk, this is not a troll. Yeah, and then just disclaim it, and then have at us. That's fine, man. But I think that's a good resolution.
That's my resolution. I'm going to laugh a little bit more. I'm going to try to be a little bit more laid back. And I'm going to try to continue with, I don't want to say continue with Masonry, but I'm going to try to be more involved in my lodge on a brother basis. Again, I've
Okay.
legitimately stepped away. Yes, I bowed away from. I got my bounty hunter from Greece.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful country, Greece.
but I've legitimately stepped away from everything.
Yeah, you just got to find like the things that you can do with your
Yeah.
new job, right? Your new career profile and your family situation. I think those are valuable aspirations for the new year.
That's what I'm gonna do. What about you?
Nice. I've been getting back into this situation where I get stressed a lot at work, which I made some changes in how I deal with stress a few years back because it was really starting to like impact my health and like my psychological well-being.
You got the shits too?
It wasn't the shits. It was like, like borderline panic issues and stuff like that. Like it was bad for a while. I lost a lot of weight. But, I resolved those issues, but it's starting to get back into that situation now. There have been some changes. I don't want to harp on what's going on in my work life, but there have been some changes there, and it's kind of made they're not bad things. It's not like people are riding me or anything like that. It's just it's
a big fucking
created
horse
a different type of pressure on me, and it's a big horse. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, it's created some challenges, and those challenges have presented themselves as stress sometimes. So I'm going to try to come up with some better ways of dealing with that. I'm going to get back into running again, which I was way into when COVID first kicked off. I was doing 3 or 4 miles a day every work day on my lunch break, and I got away from that. So yeah, I'm trying to take a little bit better care of myself.
That's good.
And yeah, try to reduce that stress because, man, stress will screw you up. If there's people out there in our community that are dealing with that kind of like work-related stress, when it happens...
Stress in general, not even just work-related.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of joked about it when we were in our 20s. Look, if you're over 35 or so and you're dealing with that on a constant basis, take care of yourself.
You're what, 30?
Come up
You're
with
40,
some strategies.
Right?
Yeah.
You're 40? I'm a year behind you.
Yeah. But yeah, it can really impact your health. It's a killer. So
I always got the shits. You get
that
angry?
probably happened to me too. But
get angry,
That's probably why I lost all the weight too.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
I got a shit.
No, it was never anger, right? So I never like showed my anger at work, right? You keep that stuff kind of like buried internally, and that's what really turns into stress. And screws
So you were
up.
basically
I wasn't-
leaving work, going to the liquor store, and drinking a pint on the way home. Then
No, it was nothing like that. I never turned to alcohol, but like I just kept those kind of emotions repressed. And
I could just see you driving to work.
No, I would never. I'm not a big drinker, man. That was never my thing. I was like, yeah.
I could see Ken just with a
A
pint of
fifth
Jack Daniels driving.
in a paper bag.
Cigarette in one hand on the wheel, just white knuckling it, just listening to Freebird the whole way
That's
home
right.
from work.
Yelling out the window at random people, passers-by. Yeah. That's never been me. If I had done that, I probably wouldn't have had those stress-related issues, but, yeah. I'm
Just
not
that
good at
one
letting
vein
those
in the middle of your
emotions out.
forehead bulging out.
That's probably happened. That's probably happened.
I could laugh about that because that's where
You've
me
been
and you.
through that shit, too.
Yes and no, because I'm more explosive than you are. You seem like you're more of an internal person.
Yeah, you have a pressure relief valve on you, which I
have
lack.
a long fuse that burns fast, is the way I explain it. Like,
That's actually probably healthier overall. If you like
yes
let that,
and no,
let that
because
crap out.
here's why. After I've blown my head gasket, I always feel like an asshole afterward. So
Yeah.
now I do the whole, you do the whole self-destructive type thing in your head where now it's like, I shouldn't have done that. Damn it.
Right.
Like,
Well, it's probably better to take it out.
Do I apologize? I can't apologize. You do the whole now.
Yeah.
That
second guessing
that-
yourself.
The second half of it, not the explosion of anger,
Right.
but the second half of it is what really affects me. That's where I start playing.
Yeah. Head
It-
games with yourself. I mean, I guess change the nature of the explosion, right? So go axe throwing or something instead of blowing up.
That's
on
why I was telling
somebody.
you I got
Then
the
it's
shits.
like, oh, okay. I don't know. I'm trying here. I'm not a very good therapist.
I'm kidding. Oh
But yeah,
God!
these are
Could
valid
you imagine?
aspirations.
Could you imagine Dr. Melfi in the office with me? Just go right.
Wait, hold on, Dr. Melfi.
Melfi,
Sopranos. Oh yes, yeah.
Dr. Melfi.
Yeah. Okay, you're taking me back now.
I could
It's
see
been
her
a few
sitting down
years.
like, "How are you doing, George?" And then I just start unloading. She just gets up, walks over to the top drawer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Time to get a new therapist.
Oh, this is my last week. I'm retiring after today.
Yeah.
Anyway, all joking aside, Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, Happy New Year, friends.
I hope you guys all have a fantastic New Year.
Why don't we do a toast to our...
Don't catch the vid.
Yeah, no vid. Hashtag no vid. Why don't we do a little toast to our community?
All right.
I'll lead it.
We could do that. Go ahead,
right.
Ken.
To another year. Hopefully this one is better than the last. And we really appreciate all the support. I just want to make that absolutely clear. We really appreciate the support of our community and all of our followers out there, and we hope to serve you even better in the ensuing year.
Stand by.
And we're going to pour one for Missing Joe, too.
We're going to pour one for my homie.
Okay, yeah, one for our homie over here. You ready? All right, brother. Right hand to arms.
To arms.
Ready?
Ready?
Aim.
Aim.
Fire good fire. Fire all. Together, brother. Vivat, vivat, vivat.
All right.
Happy New Year.
I'll see you next year.
Yep, I'll see you next year. And we'll see Joe next year, too. He'll be fully recuperated for our next broadcast.
Yeah. For the Freemasons podcast. Happy New Year. I'm Right Worshipful Brother George Mudry signing off.
And I'm Worshipful Brother Ken signing off.
Have a good one.
Happy New Year, friends.
Bye, bitches.